Starting and we're live. Hey, Annie.
Hey, how you doing? We're back.
We're back. Welcome to the King and I Relationship Talk Facebook Live. Yes, it's live, so be patient with us, pray with us, and be with us, okay? I am the Queen, Shirley Walker King, certified life coach, business consultant, and author. That would be I.
And I am the King. Vincent B. King, that is me, author, coach, and retired Navy veteran. You know what my baby failed to mention earlier? She didn't mention she doesn't like to brag. She don't like to boast. She does a lot in the community, business-wise, managing our daughter. She wears a lot of hats. She's also the winner of the 2020 Neighborhood USA Who's Who in America Award. She won that today, and they had a actual video. Virtual.
Yes, because we're still quarantined.
That's right. So they're going to actually do a big ceremony in Fort Worth. Is that next month?
No, they're not going to be able to do the one for 2020 because of the quarantine. So they're just going to. We got sound effects over here, y'all. We got sound effects. All right, producer, I see you. Yeah, that's the crowd. They're in the background. Yes, in our dining area. Yes, it's a whole studio production going on here.
We'll pan and let you guys see the
crowd. Oh, no, we won't.
We'll do a quick pan. You'll see the hands.
Right, yeah. But, yeah, they said they couldn't do one this year because, of course, with everything going on with COVID-19. So they've just said they're going to recognize the 2020 award winners in 2021 at the annual conference, which is actually going to be held in Fort Worth, Texas. So that's a benefit for me, no hotel travel. Right. So they'll recognize next year's winners, 2021, and the 2020 winners for this year, all next year at the conference. So I'm super excited about that. And again, I have to say thank you for the nomination.
You're very welcome.
Very sneaky. Yes, you are. Sneaky. And he and my daughter are very sneaky. And when I won the local award here in Garland, I was actually out on travel because it's open enrollment time, November, December, as you remember. So I was actually in Memphis.
Yes.
Yeah, and I most of the time when I have a couple, some trips, and this one was a 4-day business open enrollment in Memphis, so I was just going to go ahead and stay the weekend because I was only supposed to be there from Monday through Thursday. Right. But I said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and stay the weekend. I'm going to catch a Maverick game, and I'm going to see some family and friends that we knew in Memphis. And, for some reason, him and Valencia were like, we need you to come back Friday. I was like, okay, but I already made arrangements and booked the flight to extend it for the weekend because I knew the Mavericks were playing.
And let me tell you, Hope, it's really hard for us to try to surprise her. Like, we pretty much just give up.
For real?
Like, we try to do things, and usually it's not even figuring it out. It's like she's going to do it. And we're like, did you tell her? Like, so it's really hard to try to surprise this woman.
Sorry, I have the gift of unsurprisability.
And then she snoop around and try to hide something in the house, and you find it.
I don't think I snoop.
Okay.
I don't think that was fair. I don't really snoop.
Use that word.
But it's my house, so if I'm looking around, that's not snooping. That means you just didn't hide anything very well. So it was, came up in my eyesight.
Right.
Like Valencia has a particular hiding spot every year.
Yeah.
And I think she just thinks that I'm going to forget about it, and she puts it back in that same spot.
You just want to go there and check to see if anything there.
No, it's just when I'm cleaning.
Okay.
I run across these things. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm not in this conversation because I don't know. My dad found a flat screen TV one year that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How can I find a 60-inch flat screen? Obviously, I wasn't looking for that. I went in the room.
He went in the guest room.
No, let me finish.
Which he hardly ever goes in the guest room. Okay?
But if I'm in there, it's a room. I mean, it's right next to the bathroom downstairs.
But you never go in the guest room.
There's a long blanket against the wall, so it caught my attention. I'm like, why is that there? Duh.
No, you didn't think it was our camera equipment? Because most of the time you just look in there and you'd be like, oh, they got their camera equipment.
Well, again,
the suitcase
it was
here.
out of place. So I'm like, why? What is that? So anyway, I went in.
So yeah. We tried to hide
Took it off.
a 60-inch flat screen TV for Christmas, I don't know, 3-4 years ago in the
Gotta be
guest
better than
room.
that.
And we put a blanket quilt over it, thinking he was just thinking I was going to have to change the quilt. First of all, I didn't think he was going to think it because he never goes in that room. So,
That's when I was in high school, my mother found a girl in the closet. She don't never go in my closet either. Guess what? She went in there and found a girl hiding in my closet too. So
I'm gonna drink to that. It was not me. No, I was in San Diego, California.
I didn't
doing my
know
own
this
thing.
lovely lady then. Okay, this was high school, and that's how it rolls. That's how it rolls. That's how the fucking
So
rolls.
basically,
that's how it rolls.
So basically, the bottom line to that one is the Kings can't hide anything from the Kings because we're either snooping or we just happening or cleaning. Put a wink sound there. Or just going into a room which we never go in to see what's under the blanket. Really? See. Okay. Continuing on, but yes, thank you for the nomination. I appreciate it. And so since he nominated me for the local award, the city of Garland actually nominated me for the national award, and to my humble surprise, I won. So I'm super excited about that, and you guys will be able to see the trophy and the certificate one day. Valencia will probably edit that in here one day.
And what does that entail? Like just a few things.
For mine, it was they have two categories in my department, and so mine was the who's who in your neighborhood. One was government, and that's for a paid position, and then the other category was a non-paid position. What?
Grassroots.
Yeah, it was called grassroots. Behave. It was called grassroots. So mine was in the grassroots, and that's for someone who is helping their community and is not necessarily on payroll or being paid for it. So. I've been on the Homeowner Association Board of Directors now for over 10 years for our housing development.
President of the Homeowner Association. And
I've also been a member of the school board here in Garland ISD. It was a charter school, and then I was a parent liaison at Rowlett High School when Valencia was in high school. And I've done a couple of other voluntary things here in the community with, helping either the shelters, donating things, doing fundraisers, so things like that I've been doing in our neighborhood here in the city of Garland, Texas. Thank you. So that's what that entails. So yes. And from one non-community, from one nonprofit to another, here is ding. You can go take it. It's National Red Nose Day. Red Nose is a campaign to end child poverty. One nose at a time. Red Nose Day returns to America, where millions of Americans, celebrities, and businesses come together to end childhood poverty. So again, National Red Nose Days. You can visit rednoseday.org, and this is a plug for them, but not because they don't sponsor us, but if they want to sponsor us, they can. But tonight on NBC, after we're done, you can also go and see various programming, special programming that they're having for Red Nose Day. So visit rednoseday.org and NBC. Call us if you want to sponsor us or put our show on your station. Another I went there. Ding. Wait.
My nose is really small. I have a hard time trying to get this on my little nose.
Red Nose Day.
I don't know how you do that. I have a tiny nose, guys.
Oh, my.
Tiny. Like super tiny.
Speaking of tiny, and that one, we're actually going to go to facts.
Okay, some facts about the month of May. This is May.
This is May.
This is
The end of
National Military Appreciation Month. For all my military folk out there. National Military Appreciation Month. And you can actually look online. Excuse me, they have a lot of different things that go on. I mean, you can Google that. Probably something right around the corner from you that's going on in your neighborhood, parks, or whatever. So definitely check that out.
Yeah.
National Hamburger. Hamburger Month. We have a hamburger for dinner.
Hamburger. Do you guys remember that comedian Hamburger?
Yeah, I remember.
I remember when he came overseas when we were stationed in Italy. He came over there again. For all you comedians and entertainers who go overseas and go to the bases to let Americans who are serving overseas feel like they're at home, we appreciate you. We really appreciate you. I remember Hamburger because it was just like, we had so much fun that weekend. Yeah. People didn't know what to do because we actually had entertainers coming over to entertain us while we were stationed overseas. So
a few concerts too.
A few
Back
concerts.
in the day, DMX.
Whoop, whoop.
That's when he was really hot.
Hot. Okay.
Yeah, so we had DMX come over there to one of the local clubs out in town. that was pretty fun.
I
But
don't
yeah,
remember that one, so maybe I was on. No,
well,
that's
you
probably
weren't
when you and the guys.
You weren't like a big rap fan, like I think that was more my thing. But yeah,
I was in the mommy hood.
yeah.
Happens. Hey girl, Lucy. Hey girl.
Yeah, National Hamburger Month, and we're having hamburgers tonight, cheeseburgers tonight for dinner.
Cheeseburgers, throw up. Turn up, not throw up. Don't throw up. I can cook. Okay. Next one
We're not
is.
drinking. Well, we have a little wine.
Yeah, we do have. Speaking of wine,
We're not gonna turn up like
yeah.
that.
Well, I don't know because May is also National Date Your Mate Month.
We're gonna date at the house, y'all.
I'll drink to that. And for National Date Your Mate Month, you just have to be creative during quarantine. Don't let COVID-19 stop your routine, stop your romance.
That's right.
You know,
have small ones, get them during the daytime and run them around so you can put them to bed at night.
get them good and tired. But yeah, so National Date Your Mate Month is also the month of May.
Yeah,
so.
and again, everything's opening up. Still be safe. Wear your mask. I was actually at the store, and surprisingly, I think like 95% of the folks had masks on.
Okay.
Nobody had on gloves, so nobody had gloves on, but everybody mostly had on masks. I still recommend that as well, just for your own safety. Wearing the gloves, but continue to be safe. And again, with the date thing, you still have outside. I wouldn't recommend going to any clubs or concerts right now, but still have outside. You can kind of go to the park, just you and your mate, and hang out. Do a little lunch or dinner there.
Do a little picnic.
Yeah, a little picnic.
Yeah, especially since this is Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
The next one is National Barbecue Month, which made me think of Memorial Day because what we're gonna do, we're gonna barbecue
We're
this.
gonna cook out.
We're gonna cook out. We're gonna dust off that grill out there he has.
Don't say, "Oh, I've been using the grill." Don't say
Yeah,
dust it off. Thank you.
actually, for
Say
Mother's
dust.
Day, okay, backtrack. For
Yeah,
Mother's Day,
yeah.
let me tell you
Give
something.
your boy some props.
Let me tell you something. For Mother's Day, my family treated me so nice. I appreciated them. They did not let quarantine stop them from appreciating and acknowledging me as the mother of his child. So, Vincent grilled some salmon and some shrimp. Man, say. I think both Melissa and I were like, okay, what did you put on this one? Because this was totally different.
I thought they was eating salmon from Cheesecake Factory.
Oh no, I did say cheesecake. I said I think I took a picture. I'm gonna see if I can post that picture in the comments later. But yeah, I took a picture of it and I said Cheesecake Factory. Who? I'm telling you, I'm over here at the King's Castle and they threw down. So my husband fed me. And my daughter treated me to a pedicure and she had it laid out. Yeah, she had a little candle. She gave me some wine. She had the nice little relaxing sounds of the waves and everything. She did a little thing with the hot stone rocks. Okay?
And she said she's not going to be a good mate, good wife. She's very thoughtful. She didn't give herself enough credit.
But yeah, so just appreciate you guys for that. So back on track. So where are we now? So
Barbecue month.
Yep.
This weekend. What are we cooking? Links?
We have links. We have more burgers. We always have to do macaroni and cheese. Don't play. And then baked beans and my famous potato salad. Okay? Yes, Stephanie, I will hook you up. My baked beans and potato salad. I'm leaning in because it's that good.
Oh, no. And also, we know Memorial Day. So,
Yes.
we want to take the time, to honor our men and women in the military, folks who died and fought for this country. All right. So, that's the reason for it, for Memorial Day, for you having a day off.
Yeah.
So, definitely take the time. I'm sure most folks have someone that was in the military, mom, dad, uncles, cousins, whoever. We all have somebody or has somebody at this moment that's serving in the military.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we definitely take the time to recognize folks that died for this country.
Yeah, and that's very much appreciative. I have military all around me. My stepfathers, and I did say stepfathers with an S, were in the military as well. Matthew Coleman, who's gained his wings. Leroy Locke, who's also gained his wings.
Navy, baby.
Yeah, so that's Marine. That's Navy. And then my mother couldn't leave the Army out, so Maurice Johnson, he's also gained his wings as well. So to those men who
he was Marine.
he was Marine too. So who was Army? I'll have to ask my mother about that one in a
I think
moment.
my dad was Navy. No, my dad was Air Force.
Yes.
My other uncle was Air Force, and my other uncle was Navy. So again, just appreciate them guys. You know, the Vietnam War was something my uncle and my dad, I just kind of see how they would go in and out. You're talking to them, everything's fine, and like a few days later, just something with their mind, you know. They would have to go out to the VA hospital, stay out there for a few days and get themselves together. And, you know, so whatever that war did to them, you know, I just saw it firsthand, just, you know, within my own family.
Yeah, and I had some uncles also. Uncle Jackson, he was also, I believe he was Marine. The way that he raised his family, I'm going to say Marine.
Yeah.
But, you know, we love you and appreciate everything that everybody's done. So thank you for your service. So I think we're trying to hold on before we get let loose to Valencia.
Oh, yeah. Y'all ready?
Yes.
This is Valencia King, executive producer from behind the camera. So thankful to you guys tuning in. I see Kiera, Avery, my Cherie, Sonia, of course, Grandma Shirley, and just thank you guys for tuning in with us. So right now, here's what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen, so just go ahead and watch their reaction. So what's going to happen is, before we get to the questions in a hat, because coming up briefly after this game, it's a quick game coming up after this game, they're going to be answering a few questions that they've gotten since the last few Facebook Lives from people that are watching and just emailing in their questions. And if you want to do the same, feel free to drop a question in the comment down below, etc., etc. So the game is, are you guys ready?
And for those of you who don't know, the voice that you're hearing is Valencia King, producer extraordinaire behind the scene. Motivational speaker, talk show host, and all of that good stuff. And you can at her at I am Valencia King, because what? She is Valencia King.
Whoop, there it is. Okay, so the game is, there's no talking in this game.
Oh.
I am asking questions, and you will point to who the question or the answer belongs to.
Okay.
There's no comments, no justifications, no words.
No, I gotta be silent?
Just point.
Just using your index finger and just point whoever either of you answers this question, you know, how you feel. Put no talking stick, put it down.
No talking stick. You know it's going to be tough for her not to talk.
I know. That's why it's fun. Okay, you guys ready? Go ahead and get a drink if you need to.
Okay.
Okay, first question. Who initiated the first kiss? Both answers. You just point. If it's yourself, then point at yourself.
I don't want to be, you know. Okay. Got it.
Sir, I will turn off the camera and fight you. That's fine. Second question. Who apologizes first after a fight?
I'm going to do that strong.
No comments. Okay. Who is the funny one? Who is more romantic? Who is more patient? Who is the better cook? Who said, I love you first? Who takes longer to get ready in the morning? Who is grumpier in the morning? Who is more stubborn? Who is the bigger baby when sick? Who is the social butterfly? Who is the messy one? Who spends the most money? Who loves Valencia? All right, end game. Okay, all right.
That's tough. I don't like that. I like it, but I don't talk.
Okay, we made it through. But the messy one? I mean, neither one of us are really messy. But I get it. If it had to be.
You still adding your comments because game over?
Yeah, because the game's over.
Okay.
You said no comments before.
Okay.
So, and I just want to know, I don't know if Brent's tuned in, but let me get a little closer. Brent, I'd like you to acknowledge and see that he also said he's very stubborn. Because Brent thinks
I
you
think
do no
I
wrong.
admitted to that our last conversation we had with Brent. I did admit
After
to that.
99 years, and the truth wasn't one.
It was never brought up, okay?
Well, yeah, it was never brought up because most people automatically assume that I'm the more stubborn one and I'm the more aggressive one, and I just take it. I just take it, you guys. Trust and believe. If and when anything, or I'm going to put it like this: if anything goes wrong in our relationship, or if people can notice anything, they automatically think it's me. Shirley, what did you do?
Not Vincent.
Vincent could never do no wrong. Let me
Not
stop.
me. Thank you.
But yeah, that was just a little tangent because Brent really felt like, oh, now Vincent is too laid back. I can't even see him arguing. I can't even see him raising his voice. Brent, please. And there's another B I could have put with that one, but Brent, please. But yeah, Mr. King is very stubborn because he is an only child, but I love him all the less.
Didn't you have some questions?
I did. All right,
I'm sorry,
so
I had a
Some
moment.
other questions.
That was a 2020 who's who in America moment, right? No? Nobody? Okay. I'm
no,
sorry.
not quite. Okay, so here are the questions. I'm handing them right now. Some questions that they've gotten in a hat. They don't know that I've also put in questions for them to ask each other. So it's just going to depend on who draws what. You'll know which ones are relationship questions that you guys received and the other ones that I'm giving you guys.
Excuse me.
I think it's on the other side.
Yeah, on the other side.
I'll do that. All right.
And hey, cousin Tina Jackson, she says, cousin,
Hey,
you guys are
Tina.
the bomb. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning
Love
in.
you too, sunshine.
All right, cute.
All right. What's up, Mama King? Hey, Mr. King. It's Marcus. Yes, from the Coyle Middle School days. It's been a while since we've talked, but I've been watching your lives on Facebook, and I had something I wanted to run by you guys. My partner wasn't raised with a reassuring background foundation. In our relationship now, even though I follow through with my words, with matching actions, my fiance's insecure feelings still get in the way of us and our relationship. How do I help my fiance with their insecurity? My fiance with their insecurities.
That's a good question. And I applaud you for acknowledging it and recognizing that, you know,
Okay.
I applaud you for recognizing that they are insecurities and that they need to be addressed. Yeah, first.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just have to continue reassuring her, you know, that you're there, you have her back. I think we spoke about that as well on our last episode, that, you know, that you're there for her, you have her back. And again, you know, she's seen things and been through things that has made her that way. So it didn't happen overnight, and it's not going to go away overnight. So, and hopefully it sounds like you've been patient. You have to continue being patient. And just reassure your fiance that you're there for her, and with your actions, you know, she's going to see that. You know, she's going to see that through time, through your actions, through you reassuring her that you're there for her. You have her best interest at hand, and I think she'll get it. I think she'll see it. But you just have to, you know, just continue to, you know, drive that point.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a very admirable that someone can admit to their insecurities and their triggers, and for each other to talk about it so that they can address it, and even have a timeout or a word that says, you know what, this is taking me to a place where, you know, it's bringing something up, and I know it, so I want to figure out how to work around it. So again, continue to talk about it, reassure the person that you have their best interest at heart, and the other person has to be willing to accept that the person is truly trying to help them reduce their insecurities and not do things that maybe an ex had done, because most of the time that's what it is. Someone doesn't trust someone cheated on someone. So if you say you're going to a club where every time he said he was going to a club, he was actually going to a girlfriend. You know, again, it's just talking about it and reassuring them that, you know, that's something that you're not doing, and, you know, communicating.
Yeah, and then depending on, it could have been one specific thing, like Shirley was saying, you know, I don't know what it was, you know, this could have been a few things. It could have been one thing that she's kind of honing in on. So, you know, whatever that is, you just have to make sure that you focus on that and reassure her that I'm not that person, or I'm not going to do that, you know. I have your back. So I think you just have to continue to communicate with her.
Agreed. Okay. I'm going in. I'm gonna hold the hat for me. Well, these seems like some paragraphs, but okay. Yes. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. King. This is from Brittany from Shirley's Old Girls Group. Okay.
I like to let you know who it was from.
Okay, I appreciate that. I just wanted to say thank you for doing these lives. I watch them in the living room and hope my boyfriend hears a thing or two, LOL. So my question is about communication. My boyfriend don't argue often, but when we do, I want to talk about it right away and he doesn't. He says it's because he needs time to think, but I feel like he's just brushing the issue off and waiting for it to blow over. Okay. I know we can keep doing this, but how do I get my boyfriend to talk when we have disagreements?
Hold up. You know what? This is like we're the total opposite. So it's Shirley, if we have a disagreement or argument, it's the exact opposite. She's your boyfriend. So I had to learn.
Hey, Brittany.
You know, I just had to learn to, and like she always said, words hurt, words cut. You know, so she has a quick-witted tongue. So she always said you'll say something that you can't take back. So I just had to learn, you know, that she's upset and it might take her a few days to cool off and can come back with a calm head and talk about it. And that was me, just like you, Brittany. I wanted to talk about it right then. I don't want to talk about it 5 days later. Now I'm done with it. But over time, I'm okay with that. We can address it a few days later. But initially, okay, you don't want to talk about it, I'm done. You want to bring it up 4 days later, I don't want to talk about it no more. So you just have to give him time. And over time, I think he'll start to adjust. You're going to add to that.
Yeah, and I think also you also have to request some kind of a time frame. Like Vincent said, 4 or 5 days later is not going to be acceptable. But if I could tell Vincent, you know what, give me an hour or two, give me a day, I just can't right now. And a lot of times that's because maybe something else was going on. And like Vincent said, you know, once you get in a heated moment, you start saying things you can't take back, and that's not good for the relationship. So because I know that's how I am with, you know, being verbally aggressive when my back is against the wall, I let him know that. I was like, look, I come from a family where we get down with the get down, you know, so I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I'm gonna say it with my chest. So I appreciated him at least accepting and acknowledging that I needed a moment because I didn't want to say anything that I couldn't take back. So again, be patient with your boyfriend, but also, Brittany, ask him to set some reasonable expectations within that. Right. I think that's fair.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That's right. We have another one?
Do we have any questions coming through yet? Okay.
Okay. All right, this person wants to stay anonymous. My significant other and I have been dating for 2.5 years. We love each other. Our relationship is solid. However, we don't have as much time to invest in us as we used to. It feels like we are living our lives on different pages and can't get to the same chapter. How can we get to square one?
Wow. I think they need to revisit what they love about each other and what brought them together. I think every now and again you do have to revisit your relationship and refocus your goals. Redefine your goals sometimes, because it sounds like they said that they didn't have enough time spending together. So that could be a situation where you're pretty much working all day to pay the bills, and sometimes you don't have time for each other, but you have to make time for each other. You have to set aside time for each other. You have to do special little things, because I get it. Working, you're having a two-family working home and trying to get everything done, trying to save for your future. Sometimes you sacrifice your time now thinking that you're going to save for your future, and you may not even make it if you guys don't communicate. Right. So I would say sit down and redefine your goals, redefine your relationship, what you guys enjoy about each other, what brought you together, and I think that will help lead you back to each other.
Yeah, and you said, you guys used to, so you used to spend that time, that quality time. So it's basically going back to what you used to do. I know it's hard. 2 years, no telling what you guys do now. It's not allowing you. Obviously, it's not allowing you allotting you guys that time. So whatever it is you guys used to do, if it was dancing, if you used to go out 3 times a week, now just set a date. Saturday, Sunday, whatever day that is. I know right now it's kind of a bad time, but before you can go to the park, go to live jazz outside in the park, just go somewhere to dance. You don't have to go to a crowded club, or if you want to do that, hey, you want to go in there and dance and sweat, that's fine. Do that, and just you kind of can relive those days and laugh about it, have a good time. But you guys have to kind of revisit what Shirley already said, what brought you guys together, what you guys enjoyed doing in the past. So yeah.
And also identify what it was that brought you apart too. I think that's very important. Is it work? Is it education? Is it children? Some of those factors may not be able to be changed, but I think once you identify it, then you can do the work around and try and figure it out to redefine your relationship and your love.
Yeah, because whatever your stresses are at work, you're coming home, and even now I come home and a lot of times I don't even talk about work, and she'll be like, "How was the shop?" I'm like, "How was the shop? How was work?" So it might just be something at work that you're stressed about. You want to come home and she's downstairs. You might go upstairs and not come back down and do that for 4 days. So you're like, "Oh, what's going on?" And it might not be nothing with you guys. You're just holding on to whatever's going on at work. So that's that communication has to start.
Definitely. Was that 2 questions each? I can't.
That was 3 questions.
Okay, so I need to do one.
No, there's the rest in there are questions that I put in there for you guys that you don't know about.
Right.
And then real quick, intermission. Cousin Tina said, "Shirley, you have my stomach hurting right now laughing so hard when you said that you were with the Get Down earlier." He said her friend was listening and heard that, and he looked at her and he said, "I know y'all are blood related."
That's a word.
We family. Gotta get down with the Get Down.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll do this one. Sounds short. Okay. What do you think makes our relationship unique? So this is a question for us. What do we think makes our relationship unique?
Because I think we can just really look. We can just look at anything and just be silly, even in a serious time. I think that's a quality I have. I can just be silly and make her laugh, and then then we can kind of continue on from there. But I think just the ability to look at any situation and just be able to laugh about it. Have a little kissy kiss.
You see one kiss? Okay, kiss.
Well, yeah, I just think just being able to look in any situation, depending on how serious it is, and just being able to, look at the positive in it and laugh about it. How about you, honey?
I think one of the things that make our relationship unique is that we were very upfront about marriage when we got married. Both of us said when we got into this marriage to stay together. Because of the broken relationships we've seen our parents go through. And I think the second thing is that we also knew that each other not just required, but demanded respect. I think that's a big factor for us is we keep each other in mind. Like, I don't do anything because I think of what it may look like for you as your wife. And I think you make decisions based off what it would look like as my husband. So I think we think about each other often, putting each other's needs first, and keeping that in the forefront. I think that's a unique quality
for her. And I would say that, and also my daughter as a man, I always think about if I did something, like how would my grown daughter, or at the time grown teenage daughter, how would she view me? So I always thought about that growing up. And I know she was always watching.
Yeah.
So just the things I did, I didn't want to do anything really silly. And so she would be like, "Man, that's my dad did that." So, and I think that's something that sticks in their head. So kids growing up and have issues. So I think that's something we always kept in mind.
Yeah, oh yeah. That your kids are always looking, whether you think they are or not. And ladies, I say that to you because your daughters will accept and tolerate what you accept and tolerate, and that goes for the men too. If you don't want your daughter going down that rabbit hole, then don't take her mother down that rabbit hole. I think that's a basic, flatline understanding of it. Okay.
Yeah.
You can say it loud. Okay. Yep, stay off the pole. That's what you do. I mean, it is what it is. Where are we at now?
Right now, we're probably at about 40 minutes in.
Okay, so we will do one last one and close it out.
All right. How does our different upbringing affect our relationship? Oh, wow. Probably for me is being the only child, not having any siblings, just kind of being enclosed and to myself. So even to this day, my wife still gets on me about that. Sometimes she'll have to pull some stuff out, but I'm just used. I'm okay with being solo sometimes, not talking sometimes, just quiet time. Maybe it's too much, and then she had to come. Hey, what's going on? So yeah, I think that's another one thing.
Yeah, and he's the only child, and I'm a middle child. And a middle child is very special. We're the best. Did I say that? Yes. Because as a middle child, you see everything.
Yeah.
Like, you see everything. You're not the oldest. You're not the youngest. You want to do things like the oldest. You want to be the youngest. Like with Valencia and Vincent, like, I see everything. And sometimes I'm like, these two only children don't even get it. Don't see it, don't get it, don't care. Because if it's not in their centerfold, they can live without it. And again, that's just a trait of an only child, and I get it, and I think I'm patient with that. As far as our upbringing goes, being raised in a household where, like I said, my mother's been married a few times. The one thing Shirley Ann was going to do was be married, because you weren't going to be just kind of toting her around like no little $half piece. She was a dime piece, and she knew it, okay? You was going to give her them $20, but okay, so I think seeing that, one, I knew that relationships were important, but she also taught me that you are important within that relationship. If something wasn't working, she was out. She wasn't putting up with no disrespect. She wasn't putting up with, things that she couldn't explain or couldn't accept. So I appreciate that. And that also helped me bring that to our relationship, to be very upfront about, these are my non-negotiables. These are my zero tolerance. And Vincent was the same way with me. So I think that aspect of coming from a mother who was going to be married and going to be the main woman or not the woman at all, I brought that to our relationship. So that upbringing taught me that we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work right.
The girl's good. He who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Come on now, somebody.
Let us have a moment of silence, because he found me. How you doing? Okay.
And obtains favor.
All right.
From who?
The
Lord.
Ding ding, the Lord. So we're just gonna wrap that up. I think that was pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, drop your comments below if you have topics that you want us to address or cover. Let us know, because we do that. And what we just did now with the talks in the hats, or topics in the hat, we do that throughout our family and our relationship. We will put topics in the hat, and this helps, because sometimes you don't know how to bring it up. But if you put that in there, you may not know that it's anonymous, but at least it comes up without the guilt or without the reluctance. You get to talk about stuff that may be hard to bring up. So drop those things in a hat and say, you know what, every other Sunday or every Sunday or every Monday, whatever day of the week works for you, we'll pull a topic from the hat. You don't have to do them all at one time. We'll pull a topic from the hat and talk about it. It opens up the dialogue for the conversation, the marriage, the relationship, and the family.
And that's what it's all about, especially if you have kids. Something they don't know how to bring it to your attention.
Like sex,
Yeah.
You know, like dating.
Yeah, things they've seen. They might have went to a party and saw some stuff. Whatever it might be, man. You want your kids to be able to come to you. So whatever works, you know, the putting things in the hat. If you have the right questions in there, think it might bring something out of your kids, you know, then do that. But you want to definitely keep that communication going.
So again, thank you guys. I'm gonna do my little not shameless plug because I ain't ashamed about nothing. As we said earlier, we are coaches and authors.
Yes.
And I just finished writing my book, 30 Days to a Better You. You can get this book on my website at shirleywalkerking.com. That's shirleywalkerking.com. So again, the book is out. Actually, the book is still in pre-sale. You can get this on the website. I'm still running the pre-sale special. So the first book is $14.95, or you can get two for the price of $24. Yes, you'll want to get this book. It's awesome because I wrote it. But I'm helping you guys through some things that I went through with 30 Days to a Better You, a guide to peace, self-reflection, and liberation. That was out of order, but you get the gist.
Yeah, and it's really not just like for a woman.
No.
Like when I read the book, it's really good. You know, really catches your attention. So yeah, you know, it's really good. It really, I think it has something in there for everyone. You know, woman or man. So it doesn't matter if you're not a woman, guys. Okay. But anyway, we thank you guys for tuning in.
One really quick one.
What?
We always have sponsors and people who help us out with our show. So if you guys need masks, these wonderful masks were made by Medical Pork. You can get some masks here at Medical Pork, medicalpork.com. We love them. This is my favorite one. It's the lips kissy kissy. And some of the couples who wrote books, you're getting your his and hers mask as well. So Medical
Not these,
Pork.
we've been touching on.
Not these. These are out. So medicalpork.com. Thanks, Shanada. We appreciate you. Outside of that, you guys be safe.
Wash your hands.
Cover your mouth.
If you have a face shield on, remember the eyes. They speak about the eyes all the time. You can get the virus from not covering your eyes up. So continue to be safe out here. You know, it's not over yet. I think it is a small decline, but you know, you still want to continue to be safe, protect yourself, protect your family. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Be kind to everybody.
We talk to you guys next week.
We out.